So in my opinion, digital journalism really excels when you can marry the core values of journalism, of reporting, shining a light on important topics and doing great investigation and creativity, as well as combining with all that great data and tools and audience insights that you get from working in digital. But aside from that, it sounds a bit mundane, but everything we introduce at Digital Spy has a process behind it. It's got key stakeholders, whether that's reporting or regular meetings. You want to ensure that if you instill a change, you want to make sure that change keeps happening. So you need to have key stakeholders to follow up on that. And what I would say, I guess, is not every single piece of content is going to hit every single metric at the same time. So I wouldn't judge a really long form, well investigated, highly designed piece of writing as the same way as I would like a breaking exclusive news story. They're trying to do different things entirely.
I must admit, I've never looked at data as much as I should do, really. We have all the tools and we have all the analytics that we can use, and our traffic has been growing consistently over the last few years. But I tend not to look at it on a day-to-day basis or even on a weekly basis. I've always had a slightly sort of old school view that if the quality of the journalism is there and the quality of the content is there and you know your audience, then they will follow. And touch wood, that's been what's happening.
So I would say really listening to your team is key, and harness their passions and give them ownership of the projects as well. I think every job entails some stuff that we'd rather not be doing, but I think when you can harness your team's passions and meet that with your business needs, then you're really onto a winner.
I think the secret to getting the best out of your editorial team is to give them lots of autonomy. I think you set them the goal or the task and you let them plot the course themselves for getting there. I think there's always more than one way to arrive at any destination. And I think you have to accept that they might not choose and probably won't choose the route that you would have taken. And sometimes that's a really great thing. You learn together and you grow together and you develop together. And I think that because I gave my team that freedom with my full support when they needed it and when they wanted it, I think everybody's in performance generally has got much better, including my own.
I think one of the most important ways for us on Elle magazine to establish a really strong relationship with our audience is to ditch the idea that our reader is this carefully distilled picture of one person, and to remember that we have a huge audience and they're hugely varied. And yes, they might mostly be women, but there also are some men, and some of them might be postgraduate educated, but some of them might have left school, but they're united in this sense of having a shared value system. They're generally culturally engaged and they're smart, but that might not mean book learning, but they're generally engaged and interested. They're culturally aware, but they're varied in their interests too. They might want to read about a Kardashian 1 minute and then learn about their abortion rights the next. So it really helps us to be representative in our tone and our content, to remember that our audience isn't one person. They're a huge cohort of varied people.
I think first of all, you have to understand your audience in order to develop that strong relationship. And as is the case with House Beautiful, the common interest that everyone shares is the home. Once you understand your audience, you can then create content with purpose. For example, for a first-time buyer, it might be giving them all the ideas and inspiration they need to decorate their home with confidence. And for a city dweller, it might be giving them small space solutions and storage hacks. As a brand, we might be leading the conversation and sharing ideas, advice and expertise, but we're very much a part of this community of home and interior lovers. And it's our social platforms where we really get to have that interaction and engagement with our audience. For example, on Instagram, we've built a loyal community of passionate, like-minded interior lovers, where we have the Love Your Space and HB High Street campaign. And every day people tag photos, we share ideas, and it's a great community of just everyone loving home decor.